Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to the Soul Tribe, guys. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. So, sending you a big hug, so many blessings. Happy New Year. We ain't playing. We ain't playing. We are not playing on this timeline. So, grab your tea, grab your tree, grab your drink, do whatever you need to do to get comfortable cuz me, Tasha, is going to spill the tea straight. No chaser, no sugarcoating bullshit is what it is, guys. Whatever the cards want to say, usually like I have it in my mind's eye, the fucking card comes out. So you will see that. That means it's the real thing, okay? So get comfortable, whatever you need to do, because we're gonna shoot the shit. Just you and I chatting. So welcome to my beautiful corner of the internet, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Go check out otterspirit.com. They have all the protection stones, intuitive stones, manifestation stones, love stones. Go check them out. Great quality, epic service, one of a kind, 3 grade energy right there, just like the 3 grade energy we get here. So welcome to the channel, my beautiful soul tribe, new and old. Cheers. No, I don't drink alcohol, but it doesn't mean that I can't have a nice fancy drink. Cheers, guys. Mm. Happy New Year. Ancestors, spirit guides of the highest white light, I call you into my beautiful space and I ask for a clear, precise channel message for the beautiful collective that is tuning into me. I decided to grab the horror oracle deck. So let's tap in and see what the ancestors want to say. I'm going to grab about 4 cards from this deck. We're going to clarify it with some tarot. I'm going to clarify it with some oracle, and then we're going to get the overall energy and the advice at the end. So stay tuned to the end, guys. When you watch my reading from start to finish, it really does help. You have no idea. So thank you for participating, watching the commercials, liking, commenting. All those things matter, especially when I got a lot of energies trying to, get one up on me, get one up on you. Oh, as I say that, look. Obsession and forbidden. Like I said, when I see it in my mind's eye, it usually comes out in the cards, right? And because I'm so fast paced, you know that I'm not making this up. This is what it is. I can't even write this down fast enough. Like I can't even come up with this stuff. Like for real, for real. Like it wouldn't make sense in the book. But you've tapped into some kind of Akashic records, Akashic knowledge. So you are the real. But it frustrates you, when you see now somebody may be trying to tap in. Yeah. And it could be a family. Okay. Somebody who's upset that whatever curse they have, it hasn't carried through onto you. Animal. They're very animalistic. Okay. So whatever they choose to do internally, the way their mindset is, you have to be very grateful that you're not like them. These people are upset that you're not like them because whatever curse they have passed down, it didn't hit you because you're not like them. It is what it is, guys. Somebody is very obsessed with you, okay? They want to drag you to the underworld with them, but something was forbidden. It was forbidden to call upon you. It was forbidden to call upon the ancestors or the dark entities to try to come and approach you to set you up in some kind of way, whether this is physical, emotional, spiritual, financial. Somebody really, it was forbidden. They thought you were an easy target, thinking you were alone, but you have some kind of guidance, some kind of protection there. And that's why your family's upset, because they don't got that kind of protection. They don't got that book of knowledge. Now, I'm going to tell you what that definition is, but my tarot cards, it's the Ace of Cups. These people are upset because you have this overflowing abundance. You love, but you're very um it's like you have pattern recognition, guys, so you can love from afar. You know better. Okay, so obsession. Let's get this. Obsession, the Phantom of the Opera. It says, I have brought you here 5 cellars down, underground, because I love you. These people think that they're doing you some kind of justice. Okay. People are really trying to tap into your endless, universal resources, your gifts and all of this stuff. And they're upset right now. And in the upright, it says, dial it down. Hype usually leads to disappointment. So somebody was very hyped up, like as if like they could do this. They really thought that you were an easy target because you don't have outside resources. You don't have money like others. You don't have handouts or people to come in and tell you, hey, this is available to you. Like, you don't have that. It's all by yourself, all you. Everything you have is you. It's all on you. And somebody's upset with that. So they try to, it's like you raised above somebody energetically wise. So they try to drag you down. It's the bucket full of crabs, right? So people will only give others an opportunity if they feel that they will stay below them. That is what it is. And because you were able to find a way out of the fray and kind of like, raise your vibrations, these people are upset and they wanted to drag you down into their underworld because they loved you and they wanted you to stay with them, but you have boundaries. You'll stay, but people need to learn to respect you. Now you're the threat because you were clearly a solution in a situation. A lot of people are watching you. They could see you as a dancer, a ballerina. I don't know, somebody's really watching you, okay? And maybe it's forbidden to watch you. Maybe they see you as forbidden. I don't know. Whatever they did was definitely forbidden. It was like they really um, clowned you. They laughed at you. They shunned you. They criticized you. They demonized you. When really all they could have did was just look in the mirror and seen how evil they really were. Candyman, 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 Candyman. Right. Proceed with caution. Yeah, this obsession, people need to really proceed with caution. And this family is upset that you see them for who they are or the situation at hand, whether this is a job, um, whatever this is, guys. You're adjusting your access, whatever it is, friends, family, a job, a relationship. You are really adjusting your access to you. And these family, these friends, these coworkers, these people you thought had your back, but really they were just competing with you. They're mad that the hereditary is in reverse. So whatever they passed on to their, you didn't inherit this. And they're mad that you have a different inheritance. You have different ancestors than the lineage that you were born into. And that's because of the choices that you made. No matter how much these people tried to harden you, you refused. It says, you were her favorite, right? Somebody's upset because you were somebody's favorite, because you really held your shit. You did what you needed to do. You said what you needed to say and you stood on business every chance you got. And it says strive to live up to expectations. Someone's upset because they couldn't live up to the expectations of what they've portrayed. Now they wanted to lower you, right? But you raised above the fray, and just by being your authentic self has a lot of people obsessed with you, especially people from your family or somebody who was close to you. Okay, whatever they did was forbidden. Now they're having to pay the consequences because you were their favorite, but they wanted to hate you. They were just using you for information, you know, just regurgitating all the things that you said. Okay, this could have been a so-called bestie or, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Take it where it fits, guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be family, but somebody wanted you to inherit their karma while they thrive in your energy and get bang from the universal resources that you have, that Akashic records that you tapped into. Somebody wanted your gift. Somebody is just for show and play. Because they didn't actually really, sit by themselves to think. They can't do that. They're escaping and they're trying to escape into whatever you got going on, which is clearly forbidden. Okay, so we got the book here, and it's the Babadook. It says you'll see him if you look. Now, somebody may be haunted by some kind of choice that they made, okay? They could even be feeling triggered because you're calling it out. Now, you don't have to call it by name. but you're saying what it is. And it's kind of like you get really under people's skin, and it says, what can you read, what can you read between the lines? See, the thing is you can read between the lines, so you're not just going on what people say, and you're paying attention to really how people show up for you, like the last reading said. And even if people are regurgitating your energy and your words, it's not matching, it's not the same frequency, okay? And we're not looking for big numbers, it's quality over quantity over here. And somebody is upset with the way you choose to move in spite of all the adversities and the blocked doors, the animals there. You chose not to open your heart and be like everybody else around you. You chose to do something different, the hard way. You chose the hard road. And it's islands of lost souls. See, you're on an island but not lost souls. A lot of people are on an island of lost souls, but not you. You're not an animal. You chose to be the humanitarian, to speak up for against the injustice when everybody else chose to stay silent. Hence why you will get benefits from this, from the ancestral realm. That's why people are trying to tap into your resources in the ancestral realm, your Akashic records, to see what they could do to block you and take from you. And well, it's forbidden. They need to stop. Go sit down, go move around, or go stay still, depending, right? Whatever they need to do, they need to get, just stop bothering you. And it says, what is law? What is the law? Somebody needs to understand that you live by a different set of principles, okay, a different set of rules, and you follow your own guidelines, and that's what allows you to move the way you move. You're not shady. As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, you're on the right path, guys. People can say whatever they want, because in reverse it says instinctive energy need to be impulsive, though can be. Okay, you don't need to be impulsive, but the fact that you're unpredictable has people very confused, and they're waiting for you to move so that this way they can, counter react or copy. So remember, you have to do it first and then they do it. And this is what's upsetting somebody, because you're seeing the truth of the situation, and somebody's so fucking angry because you're not, and they can't find you. So somebody's going in flames. It could even be a partnership or a couple, okay, or a marriage. A marriage could be going up in flames that somebody is trying to hide, and they're mad because you're the Queen of Pentacles. Like, it's not about money, it's about value. Ancestors, let's see what's going on here. Obsession. Wow, yeah, somebody's obsessed with your High Priestess energy, the fact that you are both light and dark, and that it's not a show for you. Okay, even though you are on a big stage and like you attract a lot of attention, you don't want it. You don't want the attention, and that's why you get the protection. So you make sure that it is quality over quantity in your energy, and you read it. You're a realist, and you see different realms, guys. You're like Hecate. You really do have Rang on each plane. And Three of Pentacles, you could be dropping bars like crazy mad, and that's why people always be wanting to copy what you say, because they want to work with you, and then they end up, you know, getting some kind of hype, some kind of fame, some kind of, you know, something, but then they leave you behind, not remembering where the fuck they got that energy from in the first place. The Hierophant. You see what I mean? You're the one with the anointment. So you help people, and that's your mission here on earth, right? So you're not for everybody. And when you find your voice and balance your heart and mind, it really does put people in their place, because it's that solidarity, it's that mental clarity that allows you to see things in different perspectives. You do have psychic abilities, guys, and with that Page of Wands, it's like you see these patterns, these behavior patterns, pattern recognition, and you have your own willpower. You're not going to be, you know, feel some kind of way because other people's unhealthy attachments. They either support you or they don't. You were kind, and that's all that matters, which allows you to focus on your own path and choose the right choice for you. Knight of Swords, and you speak your truth. You're manifesting at a rapid pace, and that's why people are obsessed with you, because you're not getting the same opportunities as others. But you're still armored, you're still protected, and that's because of your own Akashic records, because you are tapped into that galactic endless abundance. And somebody's really upset. They're like trying to tap into that, and they can't. They're mad, they're upset, and all they can do is watch you be super flexible, battling these demons and entities and spiritual warfare and force fields, all by looking pretty. I told you it's not about money, it's about value. People could have a lot of money and have absolutely no value and no credibility, and somebody was forbidden to come towards you. Okay, they could have a lot of money, guys. I was wondering, how the fuck are these people, how the fuck do they pay all this time for all this spell work and all this shit? I was wondering how the fuck they do this, because in my cards it's always reading like somebody's paying for spell work, or and I'm like, how do they have money for this? And then I found out how they got the money for this, and I was like, that doesn't mean they're valuable, bitch. It just seems as though people are getting a legs up who truly don't deserve it. But where there's a will, there's a way. And when it's our time, it's our time. And that's longevity. And somebody sees that. You have longevity. You're very strong, very independent. A lot of people have a lot of passion for you, and it's because of your creativity. So, whatever you're choosing to create and hold dear to your heart, like this passion, this drive, and it's really intimidating to others. It's intriguing, and they want to know what you have and what you got going on, and they want it for themselves, even though if they have more, it's insane. And this is why it's forbidden, because they go playing in your energy, they go copying you, not realizing that your good vibes empower people. But then they want to put spells on you and shit, or act like you're doing spell work when really all you're doing is being a good person with the judgment. And God, creator, source sees all. You can't hide nothing. People wanted to judge you, wanted to say how that you had got, I don't know, moving sideways in some kind of way to get some kind of money or resources, or like you put a spell on them because they can't stop thinking about you, because clearly people are obsessed with you. So they're saying as if they wanted to drag you down, make you feel the way that they felt because they were so in love with you. And it's really only because their own magic backfired that they're so obsessed with you. You didn't do nothing. You tried to diffuse the situation so that this way you can go on a new path with that judgment. But people still wanted to play in your face. You found your strength and your power by finding your voice. Now you're standing strong in your own sovereignty, and it is really fucking people up, because they know it's forbidden to come and approach you because you are really by yourself, but you're not truly by your motherfucking self, are you? Ten of Swords with the Hermit in reverse. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Somebody is upset because it was forbidden to come and approach you and try to keep you in some kind of isolation. Okay, people did this purposefully so that you wouldn't have outlets, resources, not understanding that your resources is from source because of the way you choose to move. You are very tapped in, which means you respect the craft, you love nature, you respect yourself, you respect others. Yes, you can pop off, go zero to fucking jail in an instant, but when you choose to do that, it's because, somebody crossed the line. It's motherfucking protocol at that point. And well, now you're coming out. And whoever tried to put you in this Ten of Swords, which you did sit there for a while, is upset now because you cut the cords. And when you cut the cords, this person is in that Ten of Swords. I'm telling you, you tried to diffuse a situation, but they wanted to stab you in the back more. They wanted you to be under them, but you found grounding and protection in the despair. And now you are a talesman. Now you are the power. Now you are the magic. You are that spell. And that's what's fucking somebody up. And they're in a depression right now because they don't have self-love. And you can't be, you're not staying in hibernation. You had deep meditation. You've seen the situation for what it is. You're calm, you're a seer, so you balance situations out. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, guys. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And that's where the King of Wands is really upset right now, because perhaps their family is the one who tried to stick them in a situation so that this way they can keep playing their cycles, keep them stuck in some kind of, hereditary energy. But somebody's breaking free. See, they're being the leader of their own life, but you have to, go through a lot of pain and before you can really do that. Do you know what's here? There's an empress that this King of Wands is looking at. The empress could be you, okay? Told you this family, it was forbidden to come and approach you. You are that matriarch. You may not have money, and somebody who thought they were better than you judged you because they had money, but it was forbidden. Because I told you, just because they have something to show for it, something shiny or whatever, doesn't mean they're valuable. And you cut the ties. Okay, the ties that binded you to this contract, to this relationship, to this job. You no longer talk to anybody that would be associated with anything from your past. And all that power fucking to you. That was the right thing to do. Because clearly there was a lot of people trying to, bind you. Why? Because you're the empress. So everything you touch turns to gold. Your children love you. You can cook, you can clean, you look good, you smell good. Life is not perfect, but you are perfectly content with it not being perfect. You don't have everything, but everything you have, you work very, very hard for it. And that's what gives you that empowerment, you know? And somebody is mad because you didn't inherit this handout energy. You're not a bum. You're not lazy. You didn't inherit this energy. You're breaking free. You found that divine feminine energy and you tapped into your Sophia, the emerald frequency. So now you are on a whole different vibe. And these people are so obsessed with you. They know it's forbidden to even approach you in this kind of ill intent kind of way. But this family just really can't help themselves. And there's a King of Wands who can't help themselves either. They could be all choked up, slipping and tripping on their words, especially if they're a liar. So everything that was said about you is being came up as a lie. Somebody was just jealous of you and wanted a piece of a pie. Whether that's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, money wise. Somebody wanted a piece of your pie. They tried to tap into your resources. Somebody could have even took your resources thinking that it would end you, it would destroy you. But you found tranquility in yourself. You took the lead in your own life and controlled the outcome. You became the lion, lioness. And you protect your cubs. So anybody who came up against you, and took food out of your kid's mouth, or, stopped you from, having a quality of life, you look at them different. You are really paying attention to how people treat you, for how they showed up for you, because you always showed up for people. And people just, used you as a means to an end. They wanted to end you as they got some kind of means from you. So it's like a parasitic energy, okay? They get fat while you get skinny and shit. And somebody tried to do magic on you, Two of Pentacles, so that this way you would juggle some kind of resources or opportunity, or perhaps somebody did some kind of magic to a King of Wands so that they can juggle you. Now, this King of Wands is a leader in their own right, but they get other people to do their dirty work instead of just going and doing the actual work for themselves. Okay. And this is why something's not working. Perhaps somebody, paid some kind of practitioner overseas, and that practitioner just took their money and never, they can't. The magic, I mean, it's not going to work on you. So they could say it's working, but is it? And that's why somebody is realizing, like, you're the real magician. So what's happening is that you're taking that energy and manifesting with it. So you're alchemizing that darkness and transmuting it, and you're not sending it back to sender, you're keeping it. And you're sending the negative energy back to source, which means that you're doing this whole recycling energy, like what you do monthly with your Kundalini awakening. You've learned the process of this, and this is what being alone allows you to do. See those little things, though, you know your body, you know your energy, and when you know thyself, you can know others. And it's really important to pay attention to your surroundings. So somebody is upset because this good luck and wealth lies with you. because you didn't have to step over anybody, be under anybody. You didn't have to degrade yourself, demoralize yourself, sexualize yourself. And whoever did not want to give you an opportunity before may be coming in because they see this juggling that people were doing, because they were clearly intimidated by your fourth house, your structure, your discipline. You were very goal oriented. Okay, a lot of people want to celebrate with you, but the thing is when they really do see the way you are and the way you move and the way you live, they get intimidated, they get insecure, they feel like they're not good enough, or like they try to flip the script and gaslight you and act like you're the one who feels like you're the good one, like you're better than them. And that's not the case. You never would do that because you remember where you came from. No matter how much money you have in your bank account, guys, it's about, we're all here just trying to survive. So make sure that you're a good fucking person. You have abundance, guys. You got this attitude of gratitude, and that's the acceptance. That's what allowed you to bring this in because you see success in a different way. Okay, you're not, you know, bending over backwards to you know like this family card, right? To please others. You don't want to live up to other people's expectations of you, because Jesus Christ, people's expectations of you were very, very good. I'm not gonna lie, Page of Pentacles. You really learned something new. You put your head in your fucking book, and once in a while when you looked up, you seen what was going on, but you didn't say nothing. So somebody's upset because you know more than you say, and you are very much a channeler. And if somebody was around you, whether this is a relationship, a friend, or a family, or co-workers, they know how very much connected you are, because you be channeling on like a fly. Like I said, you be dropping those bars, and that's why people be writing shit down on that pencil, like literally right in front of you. Yo, I had this bitch who did that to me like how many years ago? Fuck, that's 10 years ago already. 10 years ago, I was at this guy's house, like is my ex-fiance, but this is like years. When we first met, he was just a baby. Oh my God, he was just a baby. Anyways, I'm a little nostalgic there because, anyways, yeah, so we were in his place, and this girl was literally with a piece of paper writing down everything I was saying. And this girl was supposed to be seeing my baby daddy at the time, but she's telling me, no, no, I don't want him. But then she's writing down all the things that I'm saying. And then, like, I don't know, what was it? Like maybe a month later or something, 2 months later or something like that, I had broke up with this guy. And then I found out that she was with Orda. I was like, whoa. Nah, not Orda, Tyler, sorry. See, brain fog. And I was like, whoa. And that just showed that, this girl clearly, liked me so much that she tried to use my words and my energy to, get this guy, which was fine because I didn't care. Like I didn't have any feelings towards this guy. I chose the other guy instead, right? So when I choose something, I stick with that. It's my choice, right? So I didn't really wasn't really affected. But when I went to the city and I got in that stabbing, and I was like hooked up to like fucking. I was getting 8 blood transfusions, and then when I wake up, they tell me that Tyler's gonna take the kids and bring me to court, and he's using this girl that I was just talking about as like their big, like, what is it called, playing house. And they went to court and everything together, like saying that they're better suit to take care of my kids because it's two people and da 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 da. And I was like, what the fuck? They broke up like right after, and I got sober. I took my kids home right away because clearly, that kind of energy. I was paying them to watch my kids, so it's like, come on, you seriously? So I let him keep the family allowance, and I took my kids because I didn't have my kids for money. Like I'm not that bitch. I can do this by myself. I'm not that bitch. I am the guy in the relationship sometimes, and that's okay because somebody needs to be, have their priorities in check. Anyways, that girl that wrote down the letter, she ended up breaking up with my baby daddy and having a kid with my brother, my baby brother. And I'm not gonna lie, my baby brother looks like me. He's got a beard and he's huge, but he looks like me. It's fucking weird. It's really weird. But that girl, pencil, everything. So that's what this is giving me. People be doing that to you, taking notes and then regurgitating what you're saying because, they know you're tapped in. What is that? Four of Cups. Ooh. They know you're tapped in and you're not rejected from the ancestors. So, like I said, they can regurgitate, they can copy, they can repeat, they can get what is it, sloppy seconds energy. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be what you brought to the table. It's not going to taste the same. You got the secret recipe, you got the secret sauce, guys, and somebody's upset because they're about to be faced with some kind of reality check that no matter how much times they try to tap into your Akashic records, your hard work speaks for itself. Your work speaks for itself. Your moves speak for itself. And the Four of Pentacles. Somebody can't hold on to these old ideas of you. Okay? It's a Lover in reverse. Yeah, there is definitely a couple um who is upset that you have this duality. See, they're very imbalanced. You have this safety because your emotions are in check. So you understand, you want everybody to succeed, you want everybody to eat, but just maybe not at your table. And these people, they just didn't want you to eat at all. You stayed focused because you're very balanced within yourself. And there was a karmic relationship who really wanted a karmic person, or like I said, a couple who wanted to tap into your Akashic records so that this way you would be left out. You would feel left out. But you're the Ace of Pentacles. Haha, this is why they can't hold on to you. They can't. This outdated belief system, you're valuable, and it's not because of money, it's because of your wealth, your strength, your stress, your ability to really manage stress. Somebody's really depressed right now because they could have a lot of finances, but they can't grow shit in a desolate situation, so it's just draining. Draining, draining, draining. Everything is draining because there's no self reflecting. Somebody is very fearful that you have had this release and this rebirth and there is no return. Somebody's stuck because they wouldn't check their behavior problems, guys. And somebody's upset because you did. You checked yourself before you wrecked yourself. You're not in this islands of the lost souls. But somebody is, and they're upset. Let's see why, okay? Let's see why. Ancestors, let's get one of these. Obsession. So yeah, obsession with that Knight of Sword, Page of Wands, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. Somebody sees you. Now, the High Priestess and the Hierophant together, that is a power couple. Okay, somebody who is very religious and somebody who's very spiritual. Now, there is a message coming in. Somebody's checking behavior problems. This is a new energy because clearly your past energy is not allowed in. I told you, you denied access. You evaluated your access and you're very social selective. So, like I said, you'd rather have a small crowd than a big one because, not everybody watching you actually likes you, and that's the truth. Okay, and somebody's upset because you seen this force field that was coming towards you and your flexibility. Like I said, you were able to battle against the biggest demons, the worst threats, people who actually are scared of others. Like, you're not scared. Says Knight of Cups. Romanticize the present moment every chance you get. See, you're not scared because you romanticize your life. You do the best that you can. You know that if somebody wanted to be in your life, they would be there. You know that if somebody wanted to help you, they would help you. You know that if somebody wanted to take you somewhere, they would take you. They would invite you. They would, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And, but you got this psychic ability that really, it's like people are so terrified of you, and it's because you are very balanced. So you have to romanticize your life. People are obsessed with you, but they're being creeps. And really, at the end of the day, they just want you to lower your standards and go to where they are, and you refuse. So you'd rather be by yourself. And as the Empress, doesn't look like there's an Emperor on my board just yet. It says the Four of Swords. So you're just chilling, vibing, you know, relaxing, healing. Guys, it says Why aren't you resting? Somebody's upset because it was forbidden to come towards you, guys. These people are taking no rest. They're moving all over the place, all shady and shit. They're in this 10 of swords. They're trying to find balance in a situation, and they can't. They're mad because you're coming out, like you're bracing yourself for this new energy, and it's your strength and your power. You know that you are Hecate. You have reigns on all planes, so you're really valuable. And it's not about money. It's about that endless resources that you tapped into with source. And it says the temperance angel. Like I said, you are the earth angel. And your family's upset because they didn't inherit this. This is what it's going under. With that magician, the king of pentacle, the king of wands, and the empress. Somebody is very depressed because you found a way through it. You found a way to plant the seeds in your own life because you were planting seeds all over, and people weren't helping you, weren't planting into you, weren't reciprocating with authenticity. They were faking, they weren't real. And it says let go of the self-imposed limitations. So you let go. You knew that you weren't like your peers, like the people you were born into, or like the relationships you chose. You knew you were different. And that's why you be chilling like a villain. Maybe take yourself, to the beach and on trips and on vacation and to the spa. And so you ain't stressing that you're alone, but someone's stressing that you're alone. It's like as if they left you alone for too long. Now you're all comfortable and shit in this heaven on earth kind of energy, Queen of Swords. Why? Because you're logical. With that book, with the lovers in reverse, the four of cups in reverse, and the page of pentacles, you studied in isolation. You seen the truth. You are valuable. The math wasn't mathing, my beautiful collective. So you realize maybe, just maybe, I am not the motherfucking problem. And it was a big eye opener. It says, don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. That's when you realize you ain't lowering your voice. You're speaking the truth because your testimony is going to help a lot of motherfucking people. Because a lot of people are going through the same experiences as you. This copying energy, this regurgitation, this, wanting the secret recipe. A lot of people are making bank off of your energy, trying to tap into your resources. Look, Seven of Pentacles. Why? Because you work with source. You're got this endless abundance because you had that self-realization, guys. And then somebody's upset because they didn't check their behavior problems. So people are having to really, pay the piper. Because with this Queen of Swords, you're the no-nonsense queen. You allow people to come in, to speak the truth, to be honest and authentic, but they refuse to. So you channeled something, you seen something. It's like you get these on the moment things like ancestors show you a video or give you a download or a song comes on. It's like it's anything, numbers. You pay attention to all the fucking numbers. 3808, as I'm saying that, you pay attention to all the numbers, guys. 3 represents that stability, that guidance, that knowing, mind, body, and soul, right? So you have connection from source because of that. And then the 8 is what you put out, you get back. So when you are balanced with yourself, what you do put out, you do get back. And it's not about money, guys. So you could be superficial and shallow all you want, but it's not about what you look like, how you dress, or how you speak, or what you drive, what you're living in. None of this. It's how your soul carries itself. So do you help that person on the street, or do you look at them sideways because they're not, you know, they're, because you're just a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, somebody does want to invest in you. Okay? It's a plant shop. Perhaps people know that if you had a little bit of money or an opportunity, you would put a shop out. You would flip that script. You would have money for, like me, okay? I'd have money to put a website, you know? I go and visit all you people in like Sydney and Scotland and all my US friends, and you know what I mean? And I do seminars for you guys. If I had the money, I would do that. I would put myself out there. I would have a shop. I would put my products out there. But I didn't do that. And I don't do that because when I did, I'm just small. I'm just me and I don't have much. And I live in a very, very rich community with a lot of people around me who have a lot of money and a lot of pull and a lot, they know a lot of people. So they'll take my business and my information and my products, and they'll go and make a lot of money and then leave me and then laugh at me like, oh, you have no friends. Yeah, I wonder why. Lovers with the Five of Cups. I wonder why these people love you. But like I said, it's a mean to an end, right? So speak your truth, be logical, be authentic, because you're the one with the real value. You're the one with the Ace of Wands, the real creativity. And somebody wanted to stifle you, but you are destined for something greater. So you're evaluating the access towards you. You're, checking it. And it's the Lovers. Will you or won't you? The choice is yours. See, we all got the same 24 hours in a day. The fact that you chose to not harden your heart, even though that others were getting an opportunity, it's okay. Like I said, we all get, there's always a time for us. And our mission may be much, much bigger than what you think. Okay. And it says, spilled tea isn't the end of the world. See, it's not the end of the world that you didn't get an opportunity, that doors closed, because what may be coming in is just for you. And that's facts, guys. You had this self realization that you weren't part of this group. You weren't part of this family. You weren't really in a relationship with somebody who was in it with you. It was a one sided relationship, whatever that was, guys. And, people wanted to be extremely animalistic towards you. You escaped. Now, somebody have been living in this fantasy land, okay? Because reality is too hard to accept. And somebody thought that you were living in a fantasy land because the reality was too hard for you to accept. So somebody thought you were fucking absolutely delusional and that you had a breakdown or something, and now you're just crazy, psychotic, and schizophrenic. Crazy. Look who's crazy. Look who's crazy now, though, right? Exactly. Someone's looking all crazy because they're in that Five of Cups. That shoulda, coulda, woulda, the maybes, the what ifs, dwelling on the past spilled milk that they clearly can't fucking retrieve. But oh, baby, do they wish they could. You have self care. Something people need to, go do some studying about, because they think self care is what? Getting your nails done? Nah, baby. Self care is sitting by yourself and thinking about all the dirty things you did and all those insecurities. It's doing the real hard work and the work that nobody really sees, so that this way, when we go into this world, we want the best for people and we're authentic and to our core values. So we don't need to copy, and we're not in competition, because we know the only person we're competing with is the person in the mirror. Hence why you escape from the illusion. People been trying to tap into your universal resources. And you don't see why, because they clearly have more than you. What is this? And it's justice. Now, this is not supposed to be in this deck, clearly, but justice wanted to come out. It says, stick to your truth and everything will turn out fine. So you're sticking to your truth. This is why these people know that it's forbidden. They're really fucking angry because you're not angry about the situation. You understand that everybody has an opportunity, and when it's your time will come. You're the temperance angel. You find balance in situations. You are a good luck charm, and you were a good luck charm to a lot of people, hence why they were able to build their businesses and stuff like that. Hold on, okay? It's my son. Hello? Baby, I'm doing my reading. Can you wait about 15 minutes? I'm doing a reading. I'm at like 43 minutes, and they're watching me talk to you. Well, just come home and I'll drive you. Okay, bye. It's my son. Got my meta glasses on so I can talk to him this way. All right. So Yeah, like I said, somebody's been watching you, okay, studying you, and you brought balance to a situation. The hidden truth is, do you ever think about me late at night? See, these people are 7 day Adventists. So they think by attacking you every day, by flagging your readings, by gang stalking, by manipulating, by regurgitating your energy and copying you, that you would be the one in this woe as me, pity me, feeling left out kind of energy. But really, you be dropping bars, and you are the light that lights someone's path, and somebody may be dwelling, especially because we're sitting in that Lilith new moon energy. So somebody may be really intimidated that you have that power of authority to really cut people off, cut people's access to you off. So at this point, you are the big dog. You know what I mean? Well, you're the titan. So what's a titan to a big dog at this point, right? So people really, we're trying to tap into this endless resources, this universal resources that you have, thinking that somebody was helping you here on the 3D. Nobody's there. And believe me, they tried to see, but justice is there. Somebody is really realizing that no, it's just you all by yourself, chilling. You know, you got your beautiful animals protecting you and, you know, helping you to heal in whatever environment that you choose to be in. And you are adjusting the access to you. And somebody feels a little upset because, like I said, they're trying to escape from the reality of a situation because the reality is too hard to swallow. And it says, time healed me, but it didn't erase you. So you heal, guys. It didn't erase people. Like I said, you love people. You want people to eat. You want people to do well. You want people to have a good life. Why don't they give that same benefit to you? They refuse. And this is why you give the love to yourself. These people are love bombers, okay, with that Knight of Cups. They promise the world, they're future fakers. At the end of the day, they can't produce these things for themselves. So it's really hard to trust somebody when you look and it's just not what you would choose, not the lifestyle you would choose, not, you know, you're not in that island of dead souls, you know what I mean? You are on a different path, and that's okay. I told you you're not for everybody, okay? So it says not everyone is meant to stay forever. So some people come to teach you something. So these people came to teach you something just as much as you came to teach them something, guys. It's karma right now. It says, you are the one regret I can't let go of. So a lot of people regret choosing you as an enemy, choosing the backstab. You put magic on, you call upon the entities to attack you or just group stalk you. I'm telling you, because all these people feel like you have destroyed them. I don't know, their worst demon, baby demon. It's a baby demon because at this point it's fuck baby demon, because not the big dogs won't come to you, guys. They won't approach you. You're a fucking titan. They won't do it. So they're sending these baby demons because they, you know, they're setting them up for failure is what they're doing. And it's because you continuously keep rejecting these people, no matter how much money they have, no matter how much, I don't know, friends they got. Guys, you read somebody's soul and you cut the ties that bind you. And people are upset, especially people from your family or your close tribe or, you know, your community. They're mad because you didn't inherit the same shit that they did. They're upset perhaps because somebody is cutting ties with their family because they're seeing their family as a bunch of chaos agents. It says, I'm scared of what we could become. People were scared of what you could become. Like I said, what would you become if you had a little extra, if somebody helped you, if you had resources, if you had friends? You would become untouchable. You would be the first millionaire in your family because of the work that you choose to do. Your work speaks for itself. You are that hustler and you move straight, solid, legit. Somebody tried to cut you off thinking that they would live a better life. They have all the resources, all the money, but they're still trying to tap into your universal resources, your Akashic records. Why? Because you said no to them. Now they're feeling the burn. See, they dissed and dismissed you, but you got longevity. So it's not about the money, guys. It's not. This is why you're standing in your power. You're straight, solid, legit. You said what you said. You're standing on business with that Queen of Swords, and you're the no nonsense queen. So you're not dealing with the nonsense. And somebody knows you ain't dealing with the nonsense, guys. And it says silence is its own kind of confession. I told you these people ain't saying nothing, right? And you are paying attention to how people treat you, how people show up for you. Oh wow, we have two cards here, and it's the Ten of Wands with the Two of Wands. See, somebody thought you were an illusion, that you'd be burdened, but you're not burdened. You're very wise, very intuitive, very resourceful. Now, my son wants to go to the longhouse, and I need to bring him to the longhouse. So let me try to wrap this up, okay? So losing you taught me love isn't about possession. Oh, I told you. Somebody is realizing that losing you, you're not a caged bird, guys. And you didn't want to cage someone up either. Somebody's somebody's realizing, they're kicking themselves in the ass. They shouldn't have treated you like a fucking possession, or they shouldn't have chose possession over love. Money over love, perhaps, because now they're stuck with lots of money, no love. It's a miserable situation, isn't it? That's why we need to start with love and get the money. At the end of the day, you got this deep peace. So you learned how to deal with your anxieties because your intuition is always on point. You're fearless. Okay? And whatever baggages that you have from the past, your own insecurities, you check them. You carry the weight very well. You speak on the truth and you weather the storms, whatever storms may approach. And it really does intrigue a lot of people because you be stepping outside. You're no longer in this hibernation mode. You're magic. Oh, yes, you are. You are the magic. Okay, you are the spell. And it says, shift your focus to a positive view. We are all interconnected, linked by a magical thread. Believe in yourself. You have magic in you. So people see you as magic. They see you as abundant. So they want to take your resources, not realizing that they have enough, guys, and there's plenty for everyone. So there's no reason you need to be copying or taking from others, you know? I don't think you're very powerful if you do that. Okay? So ancestors, what's going on here? Let's get the last closing message. And we have message. You are the messenger. You are the galactic truth teller. You speak on situations, topics that others don't. And then once you do open up that, you know, that gateway, others speak on it as well. So you get blacklisted as others get hype for it. You see what I mean? But do you care? No. Because at the end of the day, legacy is your energy living in the hearts of many. So that's why you have this endless abundance and you don't take advantage of that. You want people to succeed, you know, you just want people to also pay it forward. And how come I can't find this messenger card? Oh, where are you? Somebody is not getting the message, perhaps? Why is this not here? Oh, it's because it's not a. Oh, I don't understand. Somebody is very confused right now because of your Cyrus energy. You're bringing harmony and balance to a situation, and somebody is so confused. Like I said, they're trying to escape. They can't rationalize the situation. So they may be delusional. They may be on drugs. Everything that somebody laughed at you about or lied to you about, it's like their slip is showing. And something is not working out to the point where they're not getting the mess. Oh, here it is. They're not getting the message that you are forbidden to fuck with. So somebody is a 7-day Adventist and they think they can do this over and over and over because they think they have the money to do this. They could have the money to do this, but that doesn't mean it's right. Fuck, you could be a genius. Just because you know you could do something doesn't mean you should. Okay, messenger. You're part of a lineage of souls who have dedicated your lifetime to uplifting the planet, to returning time and time again to speed the light. The crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness in life back, to honor both the sacred feminine and masculine, to usher deep reverence back in. Many ancested masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius, often appearing as the shade of blue. They hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and feminine exist in harmony, to ensure a greater balance, to help us see that we're all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies deep within us all. We're being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and feminine, and to be a garden of harmony and balance on earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe, sharing through their healing vibrational song. Their unique notes send balance and harmony in every corner of the planet. A rebalancing of the masculine and feminine is occurring worldwide. It's reassurance of the sacred within us all, a returning of the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven on earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow from there. You can honor and balance the sacred masculine and feminine energies within yourself and others. See, that's why people are intimidated, because you are very much tapped into your both masculine and feminine. Starseed Soul Inquiry, how are you being called to bring harmony to your life and or the planet? And how are you being called to honor the sacred masculine and feminine within you? You're honoring yourself and you're honoring others as well, even from afar, guys. You got to give credit where credit is due, because people be trying, and that's all we can do is do. Never mind try, you're doing. Trying is doing, you're doing. And it's number 14, and 14 reduced down to a 5. So change is happening. Even if people are stuck on stupid and not wanting to process, and the message isn't getting there, like, right away, it gets there. Maybe you planted the seed and somebody didn't water it. Well, they're watering it. So something's growing from the situation, but you had to drown first. 14. You had to go to that sunken place. You had to evaluate. You had to be by yourself. The sunken cradle. Going with the flow. Going with the flow may sound idyllic, but actually, it is what's required of you now. You do not need to take immediate action or do anything in particular. Just allow things to flow along as they are. You may have recently gone through emotional changes, and it is likely you have experienced many emotional emotions such as sadness, anger, frustration. Now you are slowly coming out on the other side and beginning to feel more like your old self. Just allow yourself to be who you need to be at this time. This is a card of slow pace, so accept this. There is no action to take. Just be kind to yourself and allow the healing process to work. Your instincts will let you know when you have to act. So for now, relax and listen to your inner guidance for further instructions. See, my beautiful collective, you are the warrior in the garden. You don't got to get ready. You're always ready. And something is about to come in, guys. Okay? And it's for your betterment. So allow people to do what they do, but you know you, and you read the room very well. So if you're choosing to, evaluate access and eliminate people's, ability to come in, well, then they need to evaluate why they're not allowed back into your life. But there is people who are really, checking their behavior and really doing something different, so don't sleep on people. Don't, count people out, because it's mystery. People be wearing masks and shit, but eventually the mask does fall. Okay? And it says pride. See? The pride does fall. Somebody was over prideful. Okay? And that pride kind of put them in a very sticky situation, especially with you, because you don't deal with that. Nobody's better than anybody. And if you think you have some kind of power or position and you think you're better than somebody because of that power or position, that even makes you less of a person. See, you're bold, and somebody looks at you like very savagery with that pride energy, like you'll go for it. You'll take that leap of faith. You'll speak on topics and situations that others refuse to speak on. And then, like I said, you're blacklisted, or, alienated or called crazy, and then they go and take your shit and try to profit off of that afterwards. Security, hidden feelings, withdrawal, uncovering the truth. This is the advice for this reading, guys. Mystery. It says, we all wear masks of all kinds for safety measures, for costumes and transforming into someone else for the night, or facial treatments when our skin is looking dull. And of course, as visible shields concealing parts of ourselves that we want no one to know. We've been You've been feeling like you're pretending to be someone else. That brave face is always the hardest mask to wear, but you're doing it. However, sooner or later, that mask will have to come off. Are you ready for what's underneath? Somebody wasn't ready for what's underneath, but who this karma? They looked at you like a motherfucking experiment. They opened up Pandora's box, guys, and now they have to pay the consequences. They really thought you were an easy target. You weren't shit. You're never gonna be shit. Oh, you were looking at these people like highly suspect. This is invasion of the motherfucking body snatchers. Somebody wanted to be you, snatch your soul and replace you with their fucking energy. Weird shit. You escaped and someone's in some illusion. Some illusion. They wanted to drag you to their hell, their underworld, because they loved you. They wanted to copy you because they loved you. Like all these nonsense things, guys. At the end of the day, you knew exactly what was going on, so you evaluated. You adjust access and what's a big dog to a titan, baby? Cheers. Happy New Year's, babe. Love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Go check out otterspirit.com. Use my QR codes Tasha20, Tasha30 for your discount at checkout. They're the shit. Thank you again. Happy New Year's. Let me go bring my son to the longhouse because there's a social, so he wants to go and sing and dance. Let me go do that. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.